going to delve into the mind of Matthew Archbold. Good morning, Matt. And there's no referee here. We don't have Ron Finn on the air, so let's be careful with this.
Right. That's right.
Why don't we call Sean Ron 2.0 and put everyone at ease?
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm going with that. Ron 2.0.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah, it's like an advanced form of Ron.
Yeah, hey,
I
thanks.
think that's what.
Thanks for being a segment host and coming in and taking over the program like you own it. I mean, it's not a problem. It's not like we didn't have a meeting about this before the show today to see what we would say. But I'm glad you jumped in with your thoughts on it.
It is. It's always good.
Well,
We
I
like
have been. Creative Minority Report, my website has been down because my IT department is my idiot brother. So
my idiot brother.
It happens to the best of them.
yeah, so I've been like Hannibal Lecter, locked up in a cage for the last week. So this is my one opportunity to get everything out. So,
my!
Did you hear the government is shutting down? Are you scared? Are you frightened?
Yeah.
Well, we were just saying, I heard what, like 84% or 86% of the government is still open.
Yeah.
So how is
you
that
know
a
what never
shutdown?
shuts down?
What?
The Catholic Church.
Yeah. No. You're right.
2,000 years. 2,000 years in running, no shutdowns. Not one.
Through all the divisions, through all the difficulties,
That's right.
we remained open. Yeah.
Right. And we're talking a worldwide experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's not that we don't have our troubles. This is like the worst week to be off because you had the whole Catholic world going up in arms against itself because Senator Dick Durban was going to get an award and all that. And, I mean, this was going bananas. I mean, everyone was in on this. And, I was always, and it came down to the Archdiocese of Chicago said, we're just honoring him for his work with immigration, and we're ignoring
all the other.
what he did. And it kind of tells you all you need to know about politicians is that they couldn't find one politician to honor that they could honor their whole record.
Yeah, right.
They
include it all.
They had to piece it and say, okay, well, we'll take this part of the record. Well, other than the ending of the play, Mrs. Lincoln, what did you think? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say this, Matt. Look, I try to honor everybody made in the image and likeness of God to have one good thing to say about them. When someone says, can't you think of one good thing about the person? And I'll be honest, before Durban stepped aside, I couldn't think of one good thing. But now that he stepped aside, I can think of one good thing.
That's right.
So now you want to give him an award for not accepting the award.
For not accepting the award. There you go. I have to say, I thought it was an honorable move and saved what could have been in all seriousness, saved what could have been just a really difficult situation.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for doing that.
And it could have been a very awkward and weird situation because you have a moment right now when a lot of people are really looking at the Catholic Church anew and looking, and I thought of, I had on The Wizard of Oz the other day. Remember Dorothy's in this whole new world. She's all confused. And then the Scarecrow says he has the answer to where to go, but he points in every direction.
Yeah.
You know? And I kind of felt like that's a little bit of, if you're just reading the news, you have 10 bishops over here saying, no, he shouldn't receive the award. You have this cardinal and saying he should receive the award. And it's just, it seems like right now is the time for a very certain message from the church. And it's like we're sounding an uncertain trumpet right now. And right now we really need to make the gospel our focus and not get caught up with these politicians, not get caught up with the day-to-day, and not try to appease, but get back to the heart of what it is that we need to be talking about, which is the gospel of Christ.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think, I don't know. I mean, it's that whole thing, right, Matt, of we live in the world, but we're not to be of the world. I think even church leadership struggles with that. How do we do that, right? What advice?
Of course.
what advice can you give us? And how do we live in the world and not be of the world?
Yeah, I know. Like one thing going on right now, you look at it. Netflix. Have you heard about this? It's taking a hit. Their stock plummeted because
Oh, the kids show?
a number of people have brought up the fact that in their cartoons and kid programming, there's a lot of pro-trans, pro-pronouns and all that stuff in their kid programming. And people are finally saying, hey, you know what? I can turn this off. And I mean, it used to be if someone talked to your kid about that stuff, they'd get a punch in the nose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now we turn it on in our living room and put it into our kids' phones without thinking. And that's the kind of thing, we're in the world, but we shouldn't be of it, and we shouldn't be taking part in all this stuff. We have to be very, very aware of what goes into our kids' minds. One of the things when I first started writing in the Catholic world is we were always certain that in the end demographics would win, because Catholics tend to have a lot of babies, and those non-believers don't. But that kind of advantage goes away if we keep giving our kids over to Netflix programming and to, these college professors that have, crazy things to say, and they teach them. We have to stop feeding our kids to the world and start protecting them again.
I was looking at our OCI program at the parish that I'm at. Biggest class in anyone's memory. I think it's happening from parish to parish, and you have to ask yourself, what in the world have we done right over these last few years that has driven this number of people, not only in our country but around the world, to the Catholic Church? The answer is nothing. We just got to stay out of our way. We have to stay out of our own way. That's the only thing.
I remember I heard a woman say this past week that she feels empowered now, where she was always afraid to speak what she knew that, we were taught. But she said once Charlie Kirk was killed, she realized you can't sit around anymore. You got to speak the truth. And I thought, well, out of bad and evil, God can bring good, and this may be part of it.
That is what he does. I mean, what is it? The first few dozen popes, all each of them died a martyr.
Oh yeah.
At some point when they were handing the hat over, didn't someone say, hold on.
Yeah, right. That's a death sentence.
I'm perfectly content being a bishop. What's the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Let me just go to the cave. I'm going to the cave to pray. We'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's such a counterintuitive thing that the darker the world gets, the light of the church shines ever brighter, and it inspires people to do things they wouldn't do. You look at the end of the Acts of the Apostles. In any other way, and if you made a movie of that would be the worst ending in the world.
Yeah,
and then everyone went off and got killed.
Yeah,
it's like, no. This is good news.
Yeah,
that's right. The resurrection is around the corner. Yeah.
Nicely done, Matt.